Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. Today, I'm stepping in as your personal restaurant turnaround consultant, and I'm going to hand you the exact blueprint to escape that daily operational chaos and become an absolute local legend. You know, running a restaurant almost always starts as this massive, passionate dream, but for so many owners, it quickly devolves into a really overwhelming reality, right? You're constantly putting out fires, covering last-minute shifts, and stressing over empty tables. Well, today, we are completely flipping that narrative. We're going to break down the exact strategies you need to not just survive the daily grind, but to genuinely thrive and make your spot the undeniable favorite in your neighborhood. Okay, so here's our turnaround blueprint for today. We're going to cover stepping out of the weeds, empowering your floor staff, defining your unique concept, achieving top-of-mind awareness, and finally, mastering low-cost marketing. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Stepping out of the weeds and escaping operational chaos through delegation. Look, we have to face a really hard truth right out of the gate. With an industry-wide annual turnover rate sitting at a crazy 155%, staying afloat is incredibly demanding. If you're out there taking orders, hiding in the kitchen on the prep line, and dealing with drunk patrons just to fill the gaps, you are deeply in the weeds. Because think about it. If you're the one chopping vegetables all night, who's actually watching your dropping average check sizes? You've got to ask yourself, are you running your restaurant, or is your restaurant running you? This hits the nail right on the head. You simply cannot do it all. Holding on to every single task is actually the exact thing holding your business back. It's a total classic entrepreneur trap. You care so much about your food and your guests that you refuse to let anyone else take the reins. But doing that creates a massive bottleneck. The true mark of an excellent restaurateur is knowing exactly when to step back and admit, hey, I need some help here. So how do we fix this? By handing off your core responsibilities to create a clear delegation structure. You need a dedicated manager to be your right hand, someone with rock-solid ethics who can handle daily staff issues, HR, and build fair shift schedules based on performance, not favoritism. Next, you need a chef who completely owns the back of the house and the food prep. And finally, you absolutely need someone dedicated to the numbers, whether that's an accountant or a trusted cashier tracking the books and handling the influx of online orders. Relinquishing this control, it's your very first step toward actual freedom. All right, moving on to Section 2, empowering your floor staff, or as I like to call it, transforming your order takers into salespeople. There is a massive night and day contrast between a staff that drains your energy and one that acts as an autonomous revenue engine. An untrained server basically just acts as a human notepad, writing down what the customer wants and running to you every time a minor floor issue pops up. But an empowered server, they are trained to upsell seamlessly. They know exactly how to suggest the perfect wine pairing to raise that ticket price. And more importantly, when a conflict inevitably happens, they don't have to run to the back office to find you. They have the confidence and the authority to handle it right on the spot. The trick to getting them there is giving your staff exact step-by-step protocols. This is a huge quick win. Take a place like Zingerman's Deli in Michigan, for example. Their service recovery protocol for a late or bad sandwich isn't just to replace it or refund it, they do both. And then they hand the customer a coupon for a free sandwich on their next visit. That instantly transforms a bad experience into incredible word-of-mouth marketing. Similarly, with alcohol service, you need to empower your staff to firmly, politely cut off inebriated guests and call them a cab without ever needing your permission. Never sacrifice safety for a few bucks, and make sure your staff knows you have their back 100% when they make that call. Section 3. Defining your unique concept to stand out in an oversaturated market. Let's be real, the restaurant industry is cutthroat. Having a totally original spin isn't just nice to have, it's vital for survival. The goal isn't just to meet a diner's expectations, but to absolutely shatter them with wildly unique ideas that practically force people to pull out their phones and start recording. Whether you're leaning into an immersive pop culture theme, hanging up swings at the bar instead of regular stools, or going old school with a strict no phones allowed zone, your unique concept becomes your hook. It gives people a compelling reason to post about you on social media and tell their friends, oh my gosh, you have to check this place out. Which leads us perfectly into Section 4, achieving top-of-mind awareness. This is all about becoming the undeniable local favorite. Once you have your hook established, your ultimate goal is to literally conquer the psychology of your local neighborhood. Achieving top-of-mind awareness, or TOMA, means that when someone in your town says, hey, let's grab dinner, your restaurant is automatically the very first thing out of their mouth. It's a critical marketing metric. It proves you successfully cut through all the advertising noise out there and embedded yourself right into the consumer's brain. You aren't just an option on a Friday night, you are the option. So how do we actually do this? The secret human element is stepping out of the kitchen and shaking hands. You have to build genuine emotional connections and show the local townies that you actually care about them. Especially in tourist towns, you'll often see a big divide between the seasonal crowds and the year-round locals. The restaurants that survive for decades, they're the ones that push into the community. Go out to the floor, introduce yourself, maybe even give a regular your phone number, and just say thank you. That genuine emotional connection is the absolute strongest anchor for keeping your brand top of mind. And finally, Section 5, Mastering Low-Cost Marketing to Expand Your Reach on a Tight Budget. To really amplify those emotional connections without blowing your entire budget, we need smart, low-cost tactics. Check this out. A staggering 74% of diners are influenced by social media and online reviews. Let that sink in for a second. Nearly 3/4 of your potential guests are staring at their phones right now to decide if you are worth their hard-earned money. If your website is broken, your social media is a ghost town, or your Yelp page is just full of unaddressed complaints, you are literally bleeding revenue before the customer even leaves their house. Ignoring your digital presence simply isn't an option anymore. Fortunately, fixing this is easier than you think. You need a subscriber list. This simple 3-step funnel is a massive quick win for systematically turning passive online followers into guaranteed paying customers. Think about it. People have to figure out what to eat 3 times a day. So, step 1, offer a freebie, like an appetizer, in exchange for an email or phone number. Now you own that communication channel. Step 2, send a fun weekly newsletter to stay top of mind. Step 3, send a targeted monthly offer. When they get a text saying that free appetizer coupon expires this weekend, it creates the exact urgency needed to get them physically walking through your front doors. And we can layer on a few more low-cost tactical wins to build a sustainable safety net. Launch a structured loyalty program. If a regular spends $100 a month with you, giving them a free meal on their 5th visit absolutely guarantees they'll keep coming back and bringing their friends. Maintain a consistent social media schedule. During the slow mud seasons, offer special townie deals like 2-for-1 entrees exclusively for your locals. Sure, you take a little hit on the free food, but they're buying drinks, ordering apps, and keeping your staff tipped out and happy. And hey, don't forget to cross-promote. Set up a special offer with the local bike shop or the theater down the street and leave your cards at the register. It's brilliant, cheap, community-based marketing. You now have the exact blueprint. So are you ready to step out of the weeds and claim your spot at the top of your neighborhood's mind? If you commit to implementing a clear delegation structure, arming your floor staff with the tools to confidently sell and solve problems, defining a concept that demands attention, and using these low-cost marketing tactics, you are not just going to save a struggling restaurant. You're going to build a local institution. The tools are right here in front of you. The only question left is, how will you empower your team today so you can build your brand tomorrow?